Welcome to Open for Business, the Gallatin Valley's only local business and consumer talk show featuring Tom Egelhoff, the Man Entrepreneur magazine radio called the leading authority in the United States for doing business in small town. Here he is, speaker, author, small business consultant, and Mrs. Egelhoff's favorite son, Tom Egelhoff.
All right, welcome everyone. Open for Business. We air every Saturday live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. If you'd like to be a part of the big broadcast, go to kmmsam.com and click Listen Live. The call-in number during the show, 406-522-TALK, 406-522-8255. I'm here, you're here. Let's get the show on the road. All right, welcome back, everyone. It's 63 degrees outside, Saturday, June 25th, 2016, 25 minutes before the top of the hour. I want to welcome you to the podcast portion of Open for Business. Each week, I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, promotion, and building strong, successful businesses. And I do these Open for Business podcasts live every Saturday between 11:30 and noon Mountain Time from the studios of AM 1450 in Bozeman and 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. And, of course, we're streaming worldwide on the web at kmmsam.com. So if you missed any of the previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel or my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the homepage on the left side, and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts that you might have missed. Today's topic, we want to talk about how to sell a service instead of a product. Now, there's a common misconception in this world that the world's oldest profession is the one that's illegal in parts of Nevada. I would like to correct this bit of misinformation. The world's oldest profession is, in fact, selling. Even the ladies of the evening, as they were called once, made a deal before any goods or services were dispensed. So nothing happens in business or anywhere else in life, for that matter, until someone sells something. Now, the two types of products most often sold are tangible and intangible. Tangible products are products we can touch, we can taste, we can see. Intangible products are products that the customer can't touch, taste, or see. So today we're going to talk about the latter group, the intangible products that are usually sold as a service. What is an intangible product? You don't have a product that your customer can see, can touch, or taste. Two of the most common service professions are insurance and cleaning services. So life, health, homeowners, auto insurance require payment for something you hope will never happen. The only tangible item you can hold in your hand is the insurance policy itself. This is a physical piece of paper that represents the unseen service. In the case of the cleaning service, there is rarely any paper that represents the service provided by the cleaning service other than the invoice that says you paid for something that you can't touch, taste, or see. Well, you might be able to see see the after effect if it's better than the before effect, but after the cleaning service has been completed, there's no tangible product left behind other than your own clean carpet. So how do customers decide what they'll purchase? So if you listen to my podcast on a regular basis, you'll think I'm a broken record on some of the things that I say, but people buy based on emotion, not logic. They'd like you to believe that they sit down and logically compare products' features when they make a logical decision. What actually happens is this. They make an emotional decision, and they'll create a logical argument to justify that buying decision. Now, if we accept that principle, how does a customer make a buying decision when selecting a service? What they're buying can't be laid out on the table side by side for a comparison of the features and the benefits. So why should a customer buy your service? Before you can sell or present your service to a customer, you must have an understanding of the selling process. You need to fully understand the process of why customers buy the things they do. Customers buy your service because they expect a feeling that to them is beneficial in some way. If one or more of the benefits the customer is looking for is there, most likely you'll have a sale. Now, if a customer fails to see the benefits, you'll probably lose the sale. But there's an even more important aspect of the selling process, and that is getting the customer to contact you in the first place. Now, the other intangible you have to sell. Service businesses have an additional burden, and that burden is that they not only have to somehow sell a service that the customer can't see, taste, or feel, but they must also convince the customer that you, the provider can perform the service to the customer's satisfaction better than other similar services that can't be seen, tasted, or felt. Suppose you have a lawn care service. If I have an average lawn that I take minimal care of, I may be only interested in the lowest cost for cutting the grass. I might hire a high school kid to do that. However, if I'm serious about my lawn and how it looks, I may be more particular in whom I hire to take care of it. I also might be willing to pay a little more for an actual business to do the work. But by the same token, my expectations are going to be much higher. So if I'm your customer, you're going to have to be prepared to convince me not only that you can do the job, but also that you're going to do it to my expectations or better for the same or less money than your competition. So let's talk about how to sell service pricing. Earlier I said I wanted to pay the same or less than your competitor is charging. So here's where many businesses drop the ball. Because they're unprepared to justify a higher cost for their better service, they often end up giving services away that they have every right to charge for just to meet the competitor's price. Now, your service has a certain value in the minds of potential customers, but you must show that value to the customer. If I mention a CD player, a price will probably pop in your mind. If your price is higher than the competition, then you need to be able to show the customer that the additional money is justified. That's very possible with a product that can be seen and heard. But if you're charging for services that are not seen as a benefit by the customer, then you'll have to drop those services from your bid or explain to the customer the benefits of the extra service. Now, the customer may not realize they need the extra services unless you convey the benefits to them. Now, let's talk about building customer confidence. I'm sure most of you are aware that it takes 6 times as much to acquire a new customer as it takes to keep an existing one. The existing customer knows your system and has a first-hand knowledge of the quality of your work. The new customer, on the other hand, must be marketed to, advertised to, and eventually sold. But first, the customer must call or contact you. So how does that happen? Why should I call you instead of or in addition to your competition? Well, as a customer, I want to feel I'm dealing with a reputable company. So how do I know you're reputable? Well, one of the simplest ways is that somewhere out in the world, I've heard of you. I've seen your company name advertised, or I received your name from a friend. I saw your vehicles, heard or saw your ad somewhere. A referral from a satisfied customer is the most powerful advertising you can get. It will, in many cases, eliminate the need to sell the company to your customer. You can go straight to the services you offer, but not so fast. How do you know what the customer is expecting until you ask? Start by asking the customers what services they feel they need. You're trying to sell the sizzle, not the steak. Your customer is going to tell you features they need. That's the steak. Your job is to convert the features of the steak into benefits to the customer, and that's the sizzle. In a small town, promotion is essential, but it's also much easier in a small town than a larger city. For example, the customer base is smaller, hence the numbers you need to reach is smaller. So in addition, advertising costs in small towns are usually much less than they are in larger cities. And last but certainly not least, you can make an immediate presence in a small town. How? Well, get involved in the community. Join the Chamber of Commerce. Join community groups, Kiwanis, Lions, or Rotary, just to name a few. Attend the church of your choice regularly. Become comfortable talking to and meeting people. If this is hard for you to say hello to a stranger every day, when you're comfortable with that, say hello and comment on the weather. As your confidence builds, add to the conversation. Always carry business cards with you. Put a business card in all local bills you pay. They should be in your car, your wallet, your purse, your office, your home, anywhere you are. You should never be further than a walking distance from your business card. Speaking of walking distance, everyone within walking distance of your house or apartment should have your business card. We like to support our neighbors. Go door to door, introduce yourself, give out your business card. As you've seen, selling a service has some challenges to overcome. The most important thing to remember is that customers want to deal with a reputable business. Just because you walk the neighborhood with a lawnmower doesn't make you less reputable than IBM. Project the image of success. In Montana, we're open shirt collars and blue jeans. Nothing wrong with that, but if we're in business, we wear clean jeans and pressed shirts. The rule in retail is always dress a little better than your customers. You don't need a coat and tie to be professional, but you should project a professional appearance at all times. Before you leave home each morning, look in the mirror and ask, would I do business with this person? If the answer is yes, go get them. And that's the podcast. So if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel or my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the homepage on the left side, and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts that you might have missed. So tune in each Saturday, and let's build successful businesses together.